Welcome to video 5, where I paint freely and intuitively, my favorite way to create. Alright, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to think about just making some really fun big flowers wherever I see bleached out areas. Now, just like most of my work, I work in layers. So as you can see, I'm not completely covering the whole denim here. For my brush stroke, I'm using the pointed end of my rounded brush to form the end of the petal. So I'm coming in from the point of my brush toward the center of the flower. In between colors, you might want to let your work dry, or you might want to heat set it so that it doesn't bleed or run into another color you might be using. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I want to make these very whimsical. And I love the way the bleaching creates different hues of the color you're painting. These are just big abstract flowers. Just something very freeing about working in layers and working just very basic blobs is what I'm creating. Because yellow, orange, and magenta play nicely together when painting, I'm not letting these layers dry in between. Now let's start to add some greenery. Just filling in negative spaces. If something starts to look a little faded as you go, because it will absorb into that denim. It's already a colorized, dyed piece of clothing. So sometimes you just need to go back and get some extra layers in there. As I am painting intuitively, I am also planning ahead and leaving room for the words and letters that I have blocked out. Now I'm just doing a bit of block painting where I see the features are on this pair of overalls. So right now I'm going right under the pocket on the bib. And here's what I did with the blocked out paint areas. I stamped over the lightest paint. Here's where I realize I never should have sewn on the Hope applique panel before the painting. Hello? My first layer is done, so I'm letting it bake in the California sun. You can also let it dry a bit and then throw it in the hot dryer before moving on. Today I'm taking my painting outdoors. I have a little counter out in my kitchen that we use for barbecuing. I put my silicone mat down and I've put a foldable science board in the back so that I don't splatter paint on my house. Now that the paint has thoroughly dried out on the line, and I've given it an extra day, I could heat set it, but I just want to see how this is going to look with some added detail. I don't want to make it too detailed. I want to keep it pretty loose and painterly. One thing I'm trying to get away from is adding too much detail to things. So what I've done is I'm first starting out with a dark green that has a bit of contrast to the green I painted. And I'm just shading in one side of the leaf, and I'm going to see how that looks. This fabric paint is fluorescent violet, and I think it is going to be fabulous around the outside of these flowers. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that amazing? I'm just going to use what's on the lid for now. I am misting it just a bit so that the paint will flow. Fluorescents tend to be not so opaque. If your paint is starting to drag a little bit, you can always just mist a little more water and keep it going. Why don't I use acrylics? Acrylics are good for fabric. They're permanent. If you add textile medium, it makes them softer. But you also lose a bit of the softness and you gain stiffness. And that's not something I want for this project. It's already a stiff denim, 100% cotton. So I'm gonna keep it as soft as I can by using fabric paint instead of acrylics. I am going to load up with paint and put big blobs. This layer is now dry, and I can't wait for the next steps. Today I will be using opaque white to stamp a center for these blue flowers. I think it will need a solid color just to stand out and to form that center. So I have chosen this art foamy stamp that I think could work really well. I'm only using this one here. So instead, I usually tap it onto a gel plate of paint and then stamp, but because I'm only using this one, I'm going to see how the hand painting goes. So I wanted to keep my brush flat at a perpendicular level to the flower. Let's see how this goes. Usually the first one that I stamp, I do on a scrap fabric because it takes a minute for this. It takes one use for me for this foam to soak in. So let's try. I've got this right here. These are some bike shorts that I need to redo the elastic. Let's just see how that's going to work. Okay, I think that's gonna work really well. So what I think I'm going to do, because it is messy, I love the gel plate so much more. I'm not getting an even coat, but see this extra? I think I'm just gonna blend it in there. I'm working on one little area at a time. So here I've stamped 3, and then I'm going to put this back in the water to soak that. I can also use a paintbrush to kind of soften the paint around where I've stamped, and then just let it soak. What I would like to do while I have all this extra watered down white is I would like to build a background behind the lettering, just like a washed out faded background that will make the letters pop even more. Oh, look what I did down here. Wow, that's good. Wow, so guess what? Maybe I just keep going with that, because that's how I roll. Like, yeah. Oop, I don't know, maybe too much there. Just let's do it, not everywhere, because then it looks rehearsed. Okay, well, all right then. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep going with this because actually earlier I was trying to get some little daubs of white into it, but it really didn't look good. And I guess doing it this way, again, one of those happy accidents, right? Just get that paint, move it around. Okay, I think that's enough. I am outside, so if the pool filter gets too loud or the highway noise gets too loud, I will do a voiceover. I've got this black fabric paint. It is a little bit older, so it's perfectly good. It just needs a little refresh of some water. A mist will also help it flow better when I'm painting the lettering. I want to get a brush that is about the width that I want to paint the lettering. It's also a flat tip. And I want this to look very organic, free-form brush strokes. So I'm following that original guide of what I drew, but I'm making the letters just a little bit larger without overlapping them. I'm using a brush with a smaller end and loading up the paint. I'm just going to go around. In the second video of this series, when I paint the pair of jeans, I use my art foamy stamps to add detail to the denim. I'm using art foamies again in this video to add detail, some bees and sayings to my art overalls. So I would say every 2 stamps I run the brayer back through to even out the paint. While I am stamping sayings, I often have some scrap fabric nearby so that I can offload and create more stamps, some little patches that I can include on my textile collages. It got very hot while I was working, so to add some moisture and make sure that paint penetrated into the denim, I spritzed it lightly with a mist and then rubbed that moisture into the denim before stamping. For the bees, I'm using Lumiere. It works well on dark fabrics. So I've got dark fabrics. I got lots of paint layers here that I need to overcome so that I will be able to see the body of the bee. So I have this small brush. I am loading just the tip, but I'm putting plenty of paint on that tip, and I am going to just lightly touch. For the wings, I'm using the Lumiere pearlescent white. I'm watering it down because it seems a little thick. I need very small. I think I need a little bit smaller of a brush too. But I'm going to load up the tip and just lightly go over the areas in between the black. But again, not having to fill in the entire area. If it ever gets carried away and bleeds over onto the black, you can always take a black fabric pin later and clean that up. Well, I did it. I finished these overalls just in time for the art retreat I was hosting, along with the other 2 Sea Sisters. And check out our next retreat in July of 2027 over on my website. Wearing these overalls makes me feel happy and creative and alive. Thank you for watching, and I hope you give intuitive painting a try.